Hey, how's it going? Alright, so today I'm pretty sure there's a nice sized bass just floating right there by the top. That's a good sign. Figure I'd come over here first. It's pretty shallow over here. Hey, I am in central Alabama. Actually, I'm exactly 30 minutes northeast of Birmingham. 31 minutes, I guess you want to be exact. But so I'm actually pretty stoked because I'm definitely getting bass on the fish down low, but just coming over here to the shallow area, I saw a pretty decent amount of them up top. I like this spot over here. That's a runoff, so fish come over here a lot. I usually don't get a bite over here though until my wife sends me a text or calls me and tells me that I kind of need to come home for one reason or another. Ah, so sweet. Free Fork 100. Uh, Arizona. I was out in Arizona a couple years ago. Went to Bearizona. That place is really cool. I love wolves, and I would have been happy just sitting in the wolf enclosure. What in the world? Just saw something that was actually kind of weird. So there's a blue thing, and it looked like almost like a lure, but then it went down and swam underneath the kayak. I thought it was some trash, and I'm kind of drifting towards it, and I'm like, well, when I get over to it, I'll get it. But then it went underwater and went under the boat. That was really weird. Awesome. So we're only about a 4-hour flight from each other, right? This water is so clear right now. We got storms coming in. Of course, I've been saying that all week. And but the barometric pressure actually did drop quite a bit today. So I'm hoping that says something. I do a lot of bank fishing from this side, and I can't tell you how many times I've been up here and I'd look over in this area and I'd see just huge fish just swimming. Definitely caught quite a few over here. Yeah, we went to, so we flew out to Las Vegas because my son, I used to live out there when I was just a kid, but I want to take my son to Circus, which we did, and he loves Greek mythology, so he wanted to go to Caesar's Palace, see all that. So we just spent the night at Circus, played around there, took him to Caesar's Palace to see all their stuff, and then drove out to Williams. I did a Hoover Dam tour and then drove to Williams, Arizona, and that was really cool. We had a really good time. If a woodchuck, I guess it depends on how big the woodchuck is, brother. How you doing today, man? We had customers at work today. I had to be a long one at work, but it was a good day. They bought us biscuits, some Chick-fil-A. They brought that in. We got hit all of our goals. Whenever we do, they give away gift cards, and I won a $250 gift card, which I immediately spent on my wife because you you have a wife that lets you go fishing every day. When there's definitely a honeydew list, you spend that gift card on something she told you she wants. God bless, brother. Like I said, yeah, it was definitely a good day. Started off good. I woke up, so it's hard to complain after that. I'm feeling good about the top water today. I don't throw it into a tree. I'll tell you a quick funny, because that's what I do, right? So when I met my dad, I was 18 years old. And like I said, he lived here in Alabama. I was down in Florida. My grandmother lived in Sarasota, so I went down there to spend the weekend with her, and then he drove down there and to come see me and all that good stuff. And so getting to learn a little bit of history, I learned that all the most of the men in our family die by the time they're 40 of hardening of the arteries and stuff like that. Which that part's not funny. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I got about 22 more years. That was just my attitude just changed. Like, all right, I ain't gonna live past 40, all right, because I got horrible luck. And so I was worried about that. Anyways, I made it past 40. Turns out my dad's got longevity. He's too stubborn to die. I don't know what's going on with you, but I make it past 40, and pretty much every morning after that, I have woke up. Every morning after 41, I should say, I have woke up, and it was immediately, I said out loud, thank you. And told my wife that, but I get up between 1 and 3 in the morning because of my work schedule. So I get up like a ninja sneaking through the house, even though she gets up like a rock star. But that's not here nor there. But one morning she wasn't feeling well, so when I got up, she was awake. And I didn't know it because she was just laying there. I rolled over, turned my alarm off. I rolled back over in the bed and looked up at the ceiling. I said, thank you. And she says, you really do say that out loud. I landed on the floor, scared the fire out of me, something I do every single day of my life. And I have a routine with it. The dogs hear me, so they come in and be like, oh, look, Dad's up, we're gonna go pee. That's it. That's about the level of excitement. But when she did that, scared the fire out of me. I literally about died at like 45. I'm glad your dad's around too, man. And like I said, my dad's my father-in-law now. He is. See that right there? I'm getting a bunch of that all around the lake. It's like bass are up top. I just gotta get this around one, because once they get around it, they're gonna hit it. And they're looking like some of the bigger bass, because I have not seen the bigger bass pretty much this whole spring in the summer. So pretty excited to be seeing them. Yeah, it's funny because people always think I'm trying to be something. Even my friends, they always give me crap. They're like, oh, you're just trying to be funny, or you're just trying to do this. But literally, my favorite day of the week is Monday. And people are like, oh, you're just trying to be like super spiritual or something, just be in some way about it. And I'm not. And once they finally realize I really meant it, but my whole purpose for it, it's not because, I get to go back to work. I mean, it's cool I got a job because I've been on the other side of that, but it's more of, it's really, Monday is your first opportunity to really set your pace for the rest of the week. Monday gets a bad rap. Monday suck because our attitudes suck. And it just, everything bleeds together from there. Exactly. Because a lot of people didn't get another one. one reason or another. And there are a lot of reasons out there. I'm gonna come over here by the shore real quick. Unfortunately, I can't even see where I just casted. But I want to get over there by that little inlet. Not there's a whole lot of water in there, but the fish know when it rains, water comes in there and they will stack up over there. I got a different Texas rig set up today. It's the Rage Tail Strike King. That's the one that I hooked my son up. I set him up with a Texas rig, and we went down to down by my gully. Ooh, ha! You didn't get me that time. Why don't you got my backpack? Yeah. But and he just jigged it off the side of the boat and outfished us. He outfished 2 seasoned vets, and he talked smack. Even though he had just started fishing, he talked smack better, more efficient, and deeper than just about any fisherman I'd ever been around my whole life. And I was like, you're going to swim back to the shore, you know that, right? You're probably going to walk back to Birmingham. But I was very, very proud of him. Andrea, hi. Seeing that? Nope, I saw it wrong. But hey, can't see real good right now. The sun every day this week. It's cloudy. I'm like, it's gonna be great. And I get here and the sun comes out and I'm blind. Probably gonna put my big brim hat on if that'll help. I need to charge it. It's got fans in it, which is really cool. But there's actually a pretty good breeze out here, so I ain't gotta worry about that right now. Let me cast this over here. I'm gonna let it sit while I put my hat on. Let everyone chill out for a second. Hope I didn't get in the grass. Alright. Forgive me for bebopping around here for a second. Yeah, this thing's awesome. It's got, in the summertime, shoot. Ain't no joke. One of the best $30 I've spent in a while. Yeah, the guys at work were like, when I won that card, gift card today. Well, I'm definitely trying. Man, there's just so much stuff, and you get these people out here doing their YouTubes and Facebooks and TikTokers and all this stuff and their social media, and they're like, oh man, this thing works great, and this is good. And all of a sudden you're like, man, they're killing it. Well, I want to kill it, so then you want to buy it. And then I was like looking at my stuff a couple weeks ago, and it's like that's why I'm part of the reason I'm trying all this new stuff right now, because it's like I got a bunch of stuff I've just never even opened, and I'm getting blown over here into the shore. I don't want to do that. 1.7 feet. And it's like, my wife's right. You know, she's like, you need to quit buying stuff. Just for a little while. Use some of that up. My son started fishing, a little bit more. I told them all that before you buy anything, you come to my house and you go through my storage bin. And just see something you want, take it. So I'm gonna come over here first. I really can't do any Texas rigging over here because of all that snot grass. I might be able to get something by the shore. I don't know. We'll see. Let me get back over here now. Talked to one of the property owners this morning. Let them know that we haven't had any visitors out here all week, which is really cool. I was like, they might be finally getting the idea of quit trespassing. They slow learners, I guess. But that's how we're getting them. Oh, Jacob, you're not playing, bro. Daniel, what's up? What's good, brother? And I told him today, I said, you know, if someone does come out here right now, because I've been doing a live just about every night, I said, they come out here right now, they're going to be YouTube famous. So I hope they don't come out here and show their butt. They get real famous real quick. So what is today? Thursday? Almost to the weekend, that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to slow this darn thing down, but every time I do, it stops chopping. Alright, let's see, yeah. I released a new song today. I don't know if anyone in here checked out my music. Aromatherapy. Doesn't sound much like a country outlaw song, does it? Guess what? You'd be wrong if you didn't think it was. It's actually pretty tight. I like it. I think swimming sideways because of the wind. But I'm seeing some beds over here and I want to hit them. This is usually a pretty good spot because when people do trespass, they're not fishing on that bank, especially when the water's up. I think it's even harder for them. Nice. I think I'm going to go up in here because the wind's pushing me back this way, so I'll just let it push me down the bank. Alright. Not to get political, but I hope everybody got their vote on Tuesday. I just like getting a little sticker. Oh, yeah, there's some beds. They're empty. There's some beds right there. They got a lot of new ones. Yeah, I want to get over here close to the shore. Five feet of water. We got a little bit of rain last night. I can see a little bit of muck in there, but not much. Definitely. Oh, there's some little fish. That's what I'm talking about. Got some bugs accumulating over there. Now this is another little inlet. So when it's raining, so the bass will accumulate back here. Another place that gets shade first. It's not really getting out here yet, but it's here. But I definitely have, like I said, I definitely got some baits I want to bring out here when it gets muddy. Have a lot of thump, make a lot of noise, all that good stuff. There's the rocks right there. I always try to get in between them a couple times. So everyone wave at the property owner. That's one of Blake's hunting cameras. There's Stan, that's a good dude right there. Felt bad the first time I came out here because I hadn't met Blake yet, and I was walking around the lake. It was pretty low, and I got over here, and that's when I wasn't even paying attention to the shoreline. I was just watching, the water because I was just casting in it, and I was actually on this side of that little island. I don't know if you can see that with the sun right there, but I looked over and saw his ladder and the feeder and the camera and everything. I was like, crap. I felt bad. It's one of the reasons I get so upset with the trespassers, because they come out here and they walk right through all of his hunting stuff, and it's like that man spent all that money and time to get all this stuff ready, and they just come out here and mess it up. I know he ain't hunting right now, but still, you don't want to have people walking through where you planning on hunting. Once deer see people and stuff and smell them and whatnot, they are 75% likely to not come back. And that is a fish and wildlife number. I was like, dang, I need to get quieter. Very cool. Yeah, like I said, that's why I've gotten to the point where I don't even go to the other lakes. I mean, I will every now and then. There's a duck reservoir I want to go to. Is a dark green braid, and I forget. I want to say it's trilene, and it would be most likely it's a 35 or 40 pound trilene from Walmart. I want to order some of the Beyond braid that our guy from Southern Outdoors was telling us about. And that guy down. I need to look and see if I can order it off of Amazon, because I'm about to do that order tomorrow for my wife's chair. So, you know, I might as well throw that in there too. I just want to give it a try. I know this thing does not have a real deep spool. And so well, my next cast I'll show you. I'm getting probably about 25 yards cast out of it. See, there's my fish. There's my bait. There's a fish. It's like, cool. But seriously, all day, nothing but cloud cover, light sprinkles. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be fire tonight. See, I just took it all the way down. I had to put my thumb on it to stop it. That's probably about 30 yards. Like I said, if I go slow, it's not chopping. I don't appreciate that. Yeah, it really is. And then, of course, we got Amazon Prime, so a lot of it I get the free shipping on. Rod and reel. This is the iReel by Cast King. This is the first one. I bought it, and then like a week later, the second one came out, and I was a little upset because I'm like, man, they got me. But I ended up becoming friends with one of the, well, I say one of, but probably the best customer service rep I've ever met. And he was telling me, man, for up to a year, you could have actually upgraded, sent it back, and we would have upgraded with you, and figured that, worked that out. And I was like, man, I didn't know that. And he said, he's like, I like the one better anyway. And which I've gotten used to this thing. I really, really like it, and I don't even have it charged up right now. But it'll tell me how much line I have left on it. Send it all to my phone or my glasses if I have them charged up. But I lost my charger. I gotta order another charger. A regular charger will work on the reel, but it'll send it to my phone. It's how much line I got, how fast of a cast I made, how far of a cast. It'll tell me my repetition when I'm reeling in, so I can get my cadence. Like, oh, okay, cool. We're bringing it in at 2.3 mile an hour is what's getting hit right now. That's what the fish are wanting. And so I know to keep it at that ratio, which for me is good because I never remember how I was reeling it in when I get bit. And then as far as poles go, it's the Spartacus 2, also by Cast King. It is a 710 heavy, extra fast. I actually use this one. I got the first one of these. I say that because I have 3 now. I just used it for my glide baits and just my heavier top waters. And stuff where I should be getting bigger fish, and a whole bunch of bugs in the water up there. I'm just casting into that, but I ended up getting 2 more on my what's that they call my showcase on TikTok. I actually have these, and they're about $5 cheaper than what you can get them on the company website. Which I didn't realize that until after I already bought my 3. I was like, come on, that's my luck. So if I buy another one, I'll buy it from there. And it's always got free shipping, which is another $5-6 off, pretty much. So, but I love KastKing. I'm a huge fan of it. There's a girl by the name of Nikki. She's on their YouTube. She's on Facebook, Fishing Frenzy Live. She is on TikTok. She's on all the social medias, Instagram, and but she has her show is Wednesdays. I think. Well, for me it's 4 o'clock, or 5 o'clock, Florida time. But she always has a lot of stuff. She does giveaways every week. I won a real nice reel last year. It's the only thing I've won, but she also has a discount code that you can get. Fishies are not here right now. We're probably waiting for that sun to go down a little bit more, and that's fine. Don't blame them there, not one bit. Florida in the house. Like 6 cents reeling rod. I love me some 6 cents. They're just so expensive. First square bill I bought from them, I was casting. I was still trying to figure out the whole bait caster thing, and I started figuring out how to do that whole, or yeah, do that and cast. You kind of just flip it around and send it out, which is the main cast I do. And I hit it on the retaining wall, and I broke the square bill. And I just sent them an email, and I said, "Hey, I broke the email or the square bill. This is how I did it." And it was on me. I said, "Product's great." I said, "Do you think it'd still work without the square bill?" And they're like, "Well, this is your address, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right, cool." And they sent me another one. And I was like, "Well, that's not what I was asking for." I appreciate it, but that's not what I was asking for. And she's like, "I know. That's why we're gonna send it to you." So just the customer service there is really good too, along with the good product. Yeah, Florida. I'm committing to the top water right now. I say that, but I'm getting ready to probably go throw wacky rig, and I got a different thing Texas rigged up. My wife wanted me to go to a doctor because I got this stupid poison oak. She's probably right. She's always right. But I'm like, nope. Storms are coming. I'm fishing. If for some reason they're open late tonight, then I'll stop in. Haha, nice. That's cool. Well, definitely. Hey, fishy. Definitely need Hector in here sharing some knowledge, because I'm not sharing a whole lot of knowledge. So now I'm back over here in front, next to these trees again, trying to get in between them. Like I said, there's always fish over here. There's a lot of, anytime there's structure. And like I said, this is where I caught my biggest bass, freshwater fish. Well, other than catfish. I do like when I come over here and I see new lures in here. I'm not seeing any today, so that's good. As soon as I got my kayak out here, I had to come out here and get some of my lures down here. The wind's blowing me the wrong way. I may actually have to use the anchor today. Get yourself. picking up. I'm gonna throw top water in there one time, and I'm gonna throw the wacky rig. Oh yeah, that one's blowing me good. Alright, I'm gonna throw it 2 times. Fortunately, the wind blowing, there's gonna be a lot of grass over here. There it went. I have not charged my batteries in like 4 days. And my battery from my depth finder just went out. I was actually debating not even putting that on here today. But I wanted to make a video about how long it takes me to get everything put together, all my electronics and all that stuff. Just kind of do took me about 8 minutes. Once I had everything out and ready, it takes me about 8-9 minutes to get everything put together. And then get in the boat. Come on. Alright, one more, I'm gonna switch up. I hate trying to cast like that. That's the one thing about bait casters. The whole muscle memory keeps getting me of where I try to like snap it, shoot it out, and like I always do with my spinners. It doesn't work so good with the bait caster, does it? All right, let's see here. I got a wacky rig on this side. That's what I'm gonna trade out with. Nope, just snot grass over here. I don't want to cast that right now. And if my big battery dies from my trolling motor, I got my handy dandy, whatchamacallit, paddle. Hey, hey, hey. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I share stuff with my friends all the time too. We let people see what they like before they go out and buy it. Alright, this is going a little bit too slow for me. I think this is why I've never thrown a wacky rig. I mean, I guess I could Nico it again, but I still, with this little bait, this Lake Fork ring fries, they take forever to sink with just a hook in it. And even with the little nail weight in it, it was still taking forever. I guess I could put a big, well, I don't want to put a big one in there. Well, where are we doing this? I'm gonna go over to Deep Prairie and use Texas rig. The Rage Tail from Strike King is what I got on the Texas rig. It works pretty good. Yeah, even in 5, I'm all the way up. I can definitely tell it's slowing down. Trolling motor. It may not make it throughout my. I may be paddling around today. Alright, let's see what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna do that. Take a trig out, and there it is. I'll just let that wacky rig just sit out there. I ain't gonna mess with it. Oh, definitely easy. It's like I said, you get what you give. Firmly run that. William, what's up, my man? I am fishing in central Alabama. I'm 31 minutes northeast of Birmingham. So this is what I got on here right now. This is the Strike King Rage Tail. Like I said, my son just, I had 2 packs of them. He went through them all. I remember, I don't even know how many fish he caught. It was ridiculous. And he was just literally jigging off the side. I'm like, you're a Texas jigger. Because it was a Texas rig, and he was just jigging. And he was just killing us. Oh, they will. Kind of like a whopper plopper maybe or something like that. I'm pretty excited because I have I ordered BizBait's frog bundle, and it arrived in Birmingham today, and said it was on its way to my city, and it should be there tomorrow. So I'm like, when I get home, should have it, and if it's not raining, hopefully Saturday I can give those pad daddies a try. Here in the little frog capital of the world. Rebecca, what's up? I got you. Thanks, Jacob. I haven't done that much today, have I? I think I did it once. All right, everyone in here. This is my, I gotta do my shameless plugs every now and again. It's kind of the whole purpose of everything, right? So I make music. My publisher releases it. I think they release it everywhere at the same time, but it actually goes live on YouTube before anywhere else, and it's underneath my releases tab. So if y'all don't mind, check that out. If you like it, please add me on other platforms. I'm on every platform, at least 34 countries streaming, and it's not for everyone, but if you like it, cool. If not, that's cool too. Ain't no shame. It won't upset me, won't hurt my feelings. Released a new one today called Aromatherapy. It is an outlaw country song. It is not a circling the glasses type thing. Sounds like it though. Appreciate that, Jacob. More than you know, man. That means a lot to me. You know, because it's all personal to me. Because it's all my life. But there's some thunder. Well, the barometric pressure dropped down to low 29 today. I'm like, yeah, if it holds off, I'm going out. Jacob, did you get up? Were you able to listen to the new one today? That's cool. I think I only listened to it like once. Like I said, we had customers and stuff at work, and that came in today, toured the plant. They're pretty impressed with everything, which I believe that because it's, like I said, it's a really good place. People, the atmosphere, everything is, you know, and they're a chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A, so that always makes everything awesome. I like them. They buy us breakfast sometimes 2-3 times a week. Yep, aromatherapy. It's got a picture of me holding the pistol. I hate it because I put my finger on the trigger, even though I kept trying to get to not do that. It's a 6-shooter. It wasn't like one of my pistols here, but because it goes with the hat. D-Man, what's up, man? Thank you. The GOAT, what's up? No, not where I want to go. Like I said, that sun came out. When I got here, there was a lot of ripples from fish breaking the surface. And when I went over to the more shallow area over there where I wanted to throw my top water, it's like I rolled up and just saw a bass just sitting up top, and they're just, when I rolled up, but now that the sun came out, I'm not seeing them. The sun getting on my nerves. We have not been on the same page this week. Well, I hope you catch some big ones too, man. Anything in the stupid turtles. Yeah, turtle, yeah. I'll make sure there's a good body with it. I'm actually allowed to shoot them too, but I don't want to. They'll make the water dirty. They're nasty. Nasty boys. We have a reservoir up here that they actually released alligators in it, some male alligators, just to help keep the turtle population down. So we got the Dism. Possible. Yeah. I think I have about 7 or 8 poles, but I thought you were talking about 6 cents poles. My bad. I misunderstood what you were saying earlier, my friend. But I always keep minimum of 3 of them in my truck. My wife's funny because she's like, yeah, I mean, you can only use one at a time. Why do you have that many? I'm like, well, I don't want to have to, well, y'all understand. I don't have to preach to y'all. Don't have to keep retying, if we can avoid it. Yeah. I think a lot of these over here is bluegill. They're bouncing around, but hopefully I bring some of the bigger bass over here. Well, I mean, I don't know. I may have missed it when I was over in the sun and couldn't see nothing. I got my back to it now. I can see something a little bit. Where's everyone from? Jacob, I want you to do me a favor, man. I know I was kidding the other day. I said, you want to talk about where you live? I said, you didn't have to give me your address or nothing. Man, on Ticker Talk, send me your address. I want to send you something. If you don't mind. Oh, I know. If I had to, I have a problem with authority, so if I had to, I probably wouldn't. So, you know. If you change your mind, like I said, just send it on TikTok and a message. Don't put it out in here or nothing like that. Alright. So they're jumping by the tree over there. Alright, we're going back to top water. And I may switch away from the black one. I know, I know. I'm telling you, once they start hitting this black one, there's still on nothing else. I think I got a squealer chop over there. Frog, big baits. No, I'm not messing with that. No, oh no, I know what I want to do. I need to throw that again today at some point. Yeah, yeah, live bait does, but actually, I brought a net out, not a net, well, yeah, I guess it's a little net trap thing. So I wanted to give me some bluegills, and but got out here and realized I forgot to bring some bread and dog food to put in it. But I'm over here trying to get ready, and they're jumping right here. I usually don't use live bait just for the simple fact, like I said, I keep stuff in my truck, and I don't want to have to go to the store. Once I buy it, I got it. The scream with Chapo is so dang loud, it's hilarious. This is the one I actually caught my biggest fish on in here. Oh, I love to catch the bluefin tuna. I mean, like, that's like no joke. I mean, I guess you understand, but that's something that would just be, I don't need it to be a big one. I just want to catch one. That would just be amazing. We're going to bebop around here for a minute. This is the end of the dam right here. That log right there, that lay down, is usually underwater. So I'm dying waiting for this rain to get here. I keep talking about it. I promise I am not complaining about it, not one bit. That is the Screaming Chapo. It's funny when listen to it when it comes up. It's I don't know where they get the screaming name from it for it, but to me it sounds like brakes rubbing together on a car. You still got the plopping. Oh, can y'all hear that? Oh, I know. When I lived in Florida, I've caught some big fish. You know, it's about 7.5 foot hammerhead is my biggest, and down by the Sarasota Sunshine Skyway, and the bridge collapsed, and they ended up leaving the old bridge. It's a fishing pier. And my buddies and I, when I was late teenagers, we would go out there and go to the end of the pier, but they have like giant grouper and stuff out there, and I've always wanted to get one of them. I'm seeing some shad jumping up, which is cool because I just realized recently that we have shad in here. I say we like it's not my lake. I'm just allowed to fish here. Yeah, that's one thing I like about my slower reels. I get impatient. I try to do a little something, but there's been a lot of big fish. I've caught a lot of fish over here by this laydown. This is the deepest part of the lake, and it's usually about 22 feet. It's about 15 right now. Yeah, my buddy actually, what he would do, he would put some shrimp and just go fish on the bottom and catch a stingray and cut out the steaks of the stingray and put them on when the tide was going out, just put them on like a balloon float and just let them float out with the tide. And he always got some sharks on them, which, yeah, I got tuna is, I just, one thing even when I'm watching like Shark Week and stuff like that, they're talking about how just dangerous tuna are because of how strong they are, how fast they are. And it's like watching Deadliest Catch or, not Deadliest Catch, what's the other one? One of that pinhead kid, that pinwheel or whatever his name is. Haven't seen it in a while. But that's one I've watched them with their tuna a lot. Yeah, grouper's my favorite fish to eat. Then it goes to mahi mahi. I like the white flaky fish. I like salmon. Bleh, not my thing. I figure while I'm going back across here, I'll just go ahead and troll. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I've seen a lot of fish up here by the surface. Tell you, this little kayak's had a workout this week. Hey Kev, if you haven't, man, set up and if you don't mind, like one of my last shorts, one of the fishing shorts, if you'll comment on it. I don't get my notifications for some reason when people sub, but if you'll make a comment or something on there, man, and I'll, cause I can't ever remember everyone who I talk to by the end of the thing, but I'll definitely sub back. I'm all about take care of those and take care of you type thing. Seems to have worked pretty good for me this life, so I try to keep doing it. But yeah, over here is kind of a shallower spot. It's one of the inlets when it does rain. So I'm hoping the fish, knowing it's going to rain, are going to be over here already. trying to talk all my boys into going to a charter down in Mississippi, because there'll be 6 of us, and they take out 6 people at a time, and they go out 100 miles into the Gulf, and they get a little bit of everything out there. All right, so we're getting sprinkles now. Hector seems like a wonderful person. I work with a kid and his dad's name's Hector. Coincidence? I think not. Reminds me of the Poltergeist where it rains with the sun out. I can't even see where the storm clouds are at right now. I need to start taking pictures of it, like what I'm watching all day while I'm at work. Ooh. The wind blowing pretty good now. It was breaking the water over here a second ago. Just trying to get adjusted with that wind. Yeah, if I'm going to stay in one spot, I'm definitely going to be using my anchor. Blowing me bad. You're right up into that little outlet, or inlet, I guess. But underneath me there's a little trench. No, there wasn't plopping. That's the problem with the water being down right now. No, not today. I was hoping with the barometric pressure dropping and the storms are actually getting, looks like they're actually getting here today. I was hoping that it'd be a little bit more active, they'd be fired up. There were quite a bit of them on the surface while I was bebopping around when I first got out here. But I'm not really seeing them now. No. I do, but they're on the opposite side of the lake that I keep getting on. I'm not seeing any. And the water's super clear. It's one thing I'm really hoping for with the rain coming in that'll fix that. Got boogered up. Ooh, that's where you're gonna unbooger. I'm trying to keep it right over one of those trenches. If I get next to the trench, I get a bunch of weeds. But that trench is kind of, it's about 4 feet deep. And next to it is inches. Oh, there was a little bass right there below me. Just a baby. This wind might stir them up. I may be going with the jig. Hi, bud. Yeah, no, haven't caught anything yet. But like I said, it's like I've been watching all day. We had nothing but cloud cover and whatnot, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be fire. And as soon as I get out here, the sun came out, and I swear it got 10 degrees hotter. I was like, for real? And this wind pushed me over here into all this grass. I don't even want to start up my trolling motor. I'm going to use my paddle to get out of here. Let's go to the other side, see if the wind will block me a little bit. But I don't know if y'all can see down in there. It's one of those trenches. Some rocks down in there. But big bass will come. They're all hanging out right here because that right there just cut that trench and it splits off over here a little bit. Alright, let's get away from all this goop. I hope my battery don't die because I'm going to have a heck of a time with getting back to the other side of the lake with wind. I'll get out of here. Like I said, I've gone. Well, there's one of the buzzards. See, I charged my batteries Sunday. So I knew I wasn't come out Monday, Tuesday. And I haven't charged them since. I've been out every night, so it makes my fourth night out. Oh, hawks are back too. That big old turkey vulture. I don't know y'all able to pick him up. What's up, big boy? Better not eat my Chapo. You and I will have problems. I don't want no shenanigans. He's watching it. You better stay up there. That's funny. Last thing I want to catch is a turkey vulture out here. So that area over there, once the shade gets on it, is usually pretty good. I'm going to try to get over there. Get turned around. There we go. Let's see if he's getting ready to fly away or what. I dropped my trolling motor and he's starting to turn himself back on. There we go. Pretty. Not pretty ugly, but they're still pretty. Hey y'all, if you don't mind, Jones. If y'all don't mind, check out my music underneath my releases. Tab on my channel. I released a new one today, aromatherapy. It's not the circling the glasses with water and type therapy. It's kind of like real therapy, you know, like it's, you know, REEL therapy. That's one of my songs too. But I think it hits pretty good. So I'm biased. But if you like them add me on Spotify and stuff like that. I definitely need some more monthly listeners. Help me out. Appreciate your support. Any support. I get a little bit closer to that shoreline. I don't have Jacob in here right now to remind me to plug my music. And now really I got away from using YouTube, but my publisher, when they release my music, it actually goes live on YouTube first than it does on the streaming networks or platforms like I don't know, all of them: Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora. It's just worldwide. I'm on all of them, but it's like YouTube's like, all right, you ready? We're ready. Let's go. Boom. Let's do it. Hoping that wind wouldn't push me too bad over here, but hoping one hand, right? So I'm using my shoulders to drive the kayak, so we're gonna see how this goes. Could go a lot of different ways. I mean, literally, the kayak can go a lot of different ways. We'll go that route. What your buddies like, you 10-foot tall. Family man corner is the baddest thing of all. Brazil, what is up? Love your women's soccer team. They are awesome. Just throwing it out there. Not really a soccer team, but they're pretty bad. So, you know, just saying. Figure out how to make the names on here where I can see them better, and I hate that I can't really see it very well. So if you just see me freeze it up and point at the sky or something, it's going to pick my phone up to get a better look at it. So I don't want to be rude, but I can't, even with my glasses on. Like, I'm not even wearing my polarized sunglasses out here while I'm doing this, because I want to make sure I give everyone the due respect and due attention that they deserve. I'm about to switch over to a jig. I'm not seeing any action on the whole lake now. It's like that wind picked up and breaching the surface seems to have just stopped. Of course, I say that and watch something jump up in front of me. Just to make me a liar. Just like my kids always will. They do it on purpose, though. I do want to use this Lake Fork baby bass as a wacky rig, because that was actually working pretty good yesterday up until that fish took it to the tree, which I did not appreciate at all. Let me get up front. I hope I put my plastics in here. Yep, so I found these Lake Fork by accident, and I really didn't care for the, what was that, pumpkin pepper. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying I didn't have nothing happen with it. The silver one did pretty good, like the second time I threw it, and then that was it. And this over here is baby bass. It's like a green and a white. And that baby June bug is only a 4-inch one, while the other ones are 5 inches. And that 4-inch one did pretty good the other day, but it's not doing so great today. But hey, you know, I don't want to eat the same thing every day either, so. Where's the... yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. If this doesn't do much, I am actually going to switch over to my LS Lures Morning Dawn, which I'm a really big fan of LS Lures. Southeast Georgia Swamplands. My man. You get to deal with gators much? Man in Southeast? I may even Nico rig this. Put a little Nico in there, or a little bit of weight in there. I'm in Alabama, man, so we're neighbors. Come up here from Florida every day. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so yeah, I put my top water down, and as you can see, everything just went like glass again. I'm telling you, it's bad enough when you got the fish messing with you. You got Mother Nature's like, yeah, you got time to fish and some free time? Watch this. What kind of fishing you do, brother? Hoping I don't get into some snodgrass over here. It's like the only place I've found that there's not snodgrass on the bottom is over there by the dam. And it's just so deep. It's just, I mean, 14, 15 feet deep. I need to do some drop shotting over here. Now the wind's blowing me to the other side of the lake. I'm gonna do this for a little bit. This is the, it says, see, I knew it. I said as soon as I just said that they're gonna start breaking the surface again. This is I was calling it a swim jig the other day, but it's not. It's a Southwest flipping jig from LS Lures, or Midwest flipping jig, one of his. And I put a caffeine shad on it. But y'all really, if y'all don't mind, I mean, as much as I want y'all to go check out my music, yeah, Swamp Rat, you might check out some of my music. It's all blue collar, it's outlaw country. Some of it's a little harder, some of it's a little softer, depending on my mood that day or what story I was telling. But it's underneath my releases tab. My publisher, when they release it, it goes live on YouTube first. I definitely need all the support I can get. So, but I just released a new one this morning. It went live this morning. I released it last night. It went live this morning. It should be live on Spotify and all that. Maybe by tomorrow. It takes like another day or two to get on all those. Apple and I see Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, Pandora, Deezer. I don't even know what Deezer is, but I guess it's one of the streaming networks. Man, it says your message was retracted. I don't reckon you did that. I'm still learning this whole live thing. Alright, I'm looking at a snake over there. That I will shoot. I really want to go see what that is, but I know if I go over there, it's going to just go underwater. pretty sure it's a snake. It's moving pretty good. So I don't think it's a turtle. I know they can move fast, but my baby completed a drive. You keep it? Well, look at you, cute little thing. It's just a baby. That means I'm gonna get a hook in my thumb again. Actually, one of them got me the other day. Stop it. Oh well, just a baby. I'm telling you, there's some huge fish in here. Whoop. See ya. You gone. And I have not seen any of the big ones this year. And that just drives me crazy. Because I know they're in here. I'm not even going to go into the story about the big one who about killed my chatterbait. The dude's a Boy Scout. He tied the thing in a knot. That's my finger. Yeah, I caught on this LS lure the other day. I caught one, and that ain't gonna last long, I don't think. I'll just take that out and recook it somewhere else. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Like I said, I'm not a professional wacky rigger. Sweet. Yeah, I've done a bunch of stuff in the Southeast. Lived in Florida for a while, and then about 10 years, did everything I could down there, and then moved up here to Alabama, and I pretty much get into everything I can up here. But yeah, man, if you don't mind, check out my music. I think you'll like it. So I need to. If you like it, that's cool. If you don't like it, that's cool too. I mean, you know, keep your own. I know everybody don't like everything, so there's nothing wrong with that. Whew. I like that big brim hat I had. It's got the fans and stuff on it. You know, I wasn't even using the fans. I just took it off, and it's like, wow, that thing just like, cause the sun's gone, it ain't coming back out now. The storm clouds are coming, but man, I think it was like being inside of a dome. Do you who on here makes content? If anyone paying attention, I mean, I know you're not just watching me float around the river or the creek or the lake. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Forgive me. But who all does content? The name like Swamp Rat, you've got to be doing content. Call it a guess. All right, I'm taking this back over by the tree. But which tree? All right, so I've been messing with plastics. I never mess with plastics. I've always just been a hard bait guy. I like the crankbaits. I like the swim baits or glide baits. I love top water. I'm addicted to top water. That's why I'll sit here for 5 hours and throw a top water, even though they're not even anywhere near the top. But the wacky rig's been pretty much the most successful thing I've been doing. Not the most exciting, which I see a lot of people say that, but ain't no shame in that game. That's actually why I've see I put the top water down, but that's the one thing my wife always says. She's like, she's good with me stopping after work and going fishing, and she's like, the only thing that just doesn't work out well for me, being her, is looked like I had a tangle in there, but I guess I didn't. She's like, if the fish are biting, you ain't leaving. And she's like, and worse, if the fish aren't biting, you're gonna start talking to people, and you ain't leaving. And I'm like, I don't talk to strangers. She's like, whatever, shut up. I don't know any strangers. But cool, man. I'm glad you stopped in. To be honest with you, man, I really do. I have gone live every night this week. Like I said, I really want to know what that is swimming around over there. My wife is like super cool. She's let me. She's like, look, I know you need help by that night, and she's trying to finish up school. She's the nurse at the high school and here in town. And I'm like, I know you got your stuff going on. I said, you need help at night with finishing up your stuff and moving furniture. I said, but please just let me. It's like the drought is almost over. We've been having a drought for like 2.5 weeks. She's like, baby, just go fish, have fun. And I'm like, fire. And or whatever it is, I threw something at it. So I've been out here all week, and I guess the moral of the story is we've had a lot of people. Oh, there we go. Well, he's not very big either, but he hit it pretty hard. It just as it's falling. We've had a lot of frequent. I've been laughing, calling frequent flyer miles, but a lot of guys have been coming back in here talking, and just had some people who are like, "Hey, I follow you on another page." That is the darkest bass I think I've gotten out of here. All right, hungry little fella, huh? All right, really? There we go. Oh, all right, you got them red lips. So maybe I need to be throwing some crawls down there. All right, good deal. All right, fat little belly on them. All right, that's a good deal. Yeah, go on. I feel you. Kicking water back at me. Rude. I caught 2 bass since you left me, man. And I've been talking with a swamp rat. He's in Georgia. I'm telling you, man, once you move out of where you're at, the southeast is where you need to be. And I think when I get paid tomorrow, I'm going back to Lake Fork. All right, so I just had 1, 2, 3, 4 fish break the surface all around me. Yeah, they're not they weren't big, but like I said, I really haven't seen any of the big fish this year. Since spring, I caught a 2.5 pounder, and that was it. That was the biggest one I've seen, and that's still a small fish for in here. Get off me, bug. Who knows what song that was from? Not one of mine. Yeah, man, it's a private lake. It's not mine. I'm just fortunate enough that the owners let me come out here and fish. I asked him if he knew any place that was not overfished that I could take my son fishing, and he said, "Yeah, here you go." And get off of it. I don't want you my gun either. Uh, so that's why there's a lot of fish in here. I know there are because I've seen them and I've caught them. And again, so I guess the bite's picking up because those clouds are sure getting on. The sun went away, but yeah, they're nice enough to let me come out here. I help them out with whenever they need me to help out with anything. I'll help them out here. That's just, of course, common sense. And then if there's ever anybody out here that's not supposed to be out here, they ask me to run them off, which I don't mind doing that either. The only thing I hate about it is I walked through a bunch of poison ivy or poison oak while I was out here, and my legs are tore up from the floor up. And so far, the only thing I've gotten any attention on, obviously, is the wacky rig. And I put the baby Jacob, the one that I had on yesterday that the fish took me down into that tree. I put another one of those on. And I'm not even by a tree. I'm kind of out in the middle of the lake, which is where I'm seeing a lot of the topwater stuff going on. There's a lot of breach in the top. All right, so when you say record, I actually just write the music, and I use AI to put it together. I have zero musical talent. My youngest son actually named my second album "Fat White Guy with Zero Talent" because he's like, "Dad, I think it's crazy." He said, "You're a fat white guy with zero talent." And I'm like, "Yeah, I heard that. I'm like right here." And he said, "People still like your music." He said, "I think it's really cool." And but all it is, it's like stories of my life. I mean, just everything in there is one way or another. And there's a couple of them that were just ideas, but for the most part, it's just a story that I made. And I've had songs that were in my head forever, like Calling in Well's been in my head for like 20 some years. I have no way of getting it out. And then now they got AI, and it's crazy. Yeah, I'll probably go back and I'll download it all and try to just give me some shorts and put them out. I was gonna go back over to that tree again, but I figured I'd just stop in the middle just for giggles. And it didn't take long for one to hit, and then another one hit right after that. But yeah, they like aromatherapy, the one I just put together last night, and been kind of thinking about that one for a minute. But I released it last night, went ahead and went through the publisher and all that, and they got it out for me today. So like I said, it's live here, and probably be live on everything else tomorrow. But it's funny because I know there's a lot of people out there who use AI and they're like, "Oh, I'm an artist." I do not think I'm an artist. I'm a songwriter, I guess now. I have the gift of gab. That's why I do really well with my wife's family, I guess. But I am not an artist. I'm so jealous of artists, and I give them all the respect. And I really hate that I'm really hoping that someone will just pick it up that would want to sing my songs. It is, man. It so is. It's like, for me, it's songs about my family mainly, work, hunting, fishing. I was mad at my boss one day. He got one. A lot of them are about my wife. You know, can't get close enough. Um, oh, dang, these fish are aggressive. Oh. Yeah, I'm not taking another hook in the. I took a hook in the thumb the other day, went in and ripped it out, and it was a fish about yay size. See, this one doesn't have red lips. Dude, you and I have the same. Don't go under my seat. Hold on a second, y'all. You know, we have the same goal right now, so you should work with me. But they, as little as these fish are, and they've got so much attitude, but they are some beautiful little fish. Get your butt out of here. Gone. Yeah, I just did one about 10,000, well, 10K sitting on go. One of my favorite, one of my 3 favorite songs out of the hymn books is 10,000 Angels. You know, he could have called it 10,000 Angels, but he didn't. He stayed on that cross. But I've always thought about it, and you know, because the song is obviously about Jesus, but it's I have so much respect for soldiers and first responders and all that. Yeah, we're getting ready to go back to top water again. But they have I always thought about the angels. It's like they're all soldiers. They're just sitting there ready to go. And it's like, that just always bugged me that it's like they got no credit. But you know, any good soldier is sitting there going, just give me the order. I want to go fight for the ones I love. I want to go, you know, my people. But they wait for that order to do it more times than not. And so I've always thought about the angels, and that's like 10K sitting there go. I have a few of them that are not. They're still kind of outlaw country-ish, but that's what they're about. Yeah, when I first started doing it all, I got one. How you spell that? And I actually wrote that on my way to church. But it was, you know, it's kind of a funny. But it starts off, you know, how do you spell drama? You know, I was never good at spelling in school, which I really wasn't. But how you spell drama? DAUGHTER. How you spell trouble? SON. You know, how you spell boss? WIFE. And you know, but at the end of it, it changed over. You know, I always thought love was a 4-letter word. And how you spell love that'll save your soul? JESUS. So, but a majority of it, you know, like I got worse than a memory is about my ex-wife. She's a horrible person. She has gotten a lot better, and I do really want to give credit where credit's due. But there's that one. A lot of songs about my wife because she is amazing. We'll be married 20 years this year. A lot of people are like, y'all still in your honeymoon stage, so it's really easy to write songs about someone that inspires you like that. I got one about me and my dog, Kings of the Valley. And that one's kind of dark country. And actually, I got a little video with that one. It's just a goofy. It was one of those AI things that made him look like he was 20 feet tall, walking behind me, 15 feet tall. But I got a black German Shepherd. That's huge. He's like 107 pounds. And people always tell me he's a wolf. And they're like, you're trying to pass a wolf off as a German Shepherd. And I'm like, no, I got the paperwork. He's all German Shepherd. And yeah. So mainly country, outlaw country. Like I said, it just took me a while to figure out what I was really comfortable with. That's why I'm saying the aromatherapy is actually about going out to the gun range. Me and my son always called it aromatherapy because we love the smell of the gunpowder. Just that dangle for a second. Oh, I put that down a little bit. Now that the wind quit blowing, it's calm again. Well, you in good hands then. So Mother Nature, boy, she can be temperamental sometimes, but man, I love it. I mean, like I said, this is my reset out here. I mean, this is, I don't know, maybe about maybe a 6 or 7 acre lake, and I just absolutely love it out here. I mean, I look forward to leaving work so I can come out here, and it's peaceful, it's beautiful. You know, like one of my songs is about my son. We're in the hunting shed. He was sleeping, and before he fell asleep, he was talking about wanting to join the Air Force because that's what he wants to do. And I just started thinking about he's my last one. He's my baby, and he just turned 15. And Real Outdoors 42, what's up? But that's a song by him. It's just like I said, it's always a story. It's something that either is going on in my life or at one time, that's where I was. But I mean, like I said, just check it out, man. If you like it, add me somewhere. I appreciate it. You know, and I'll sub me on here. I'll sub back, definitely. I'm all about that. Six o'clock. I figured it'd be storming by now. All right. I'm going over by the tree. I hear you, man. That was me all day at work. Well, not today. I had customers today. I had to be at my P's and Q's, but I definitely like watching other people's lives when I live vicariously through them for a little while. Yeah, right now you're watching me fish. A little while ago I was catching, so it's a little different. We talking about music. Throw it out there. Check out my music underneath my releases tab if you don't mind. I would greatly appreciate it. I say we were talking like I don't ever talk about it, but that's pretty much what I do. My publisher releases everything here first, and then I'm on all Spotify and all that stuff. I greatly appreciate it. Do you do any kind of posts or anything like that? Any kind of feeds, live feeds? Some people do, some people don't. That I definitely appreciate. Any all support I can get. I've just been trying to grow this thing, and I'm streaming in at least 34 countries. I'm on all streaming platforms. Definitely trying to get my viewership up over here, for obvious reasons. Swamp Rat, you too, man. Like I said, sub, and I'll sub back. And if you're putting everything out, I'll definitely sure to support you. And man, you be careful out there in the swamps. But if you do, man, you need to be posting pictures or videos and stuff of those gators. That'd be cool. I know I'd love to see that. That's one thing I do miss about Florida. tell you what, I won't be taking my kayak down to Florida. Too many things in there bigger than my kayak. Down south, my brother, what's up? I'm gonna come over here and see if I can get snagged on this tree again. See if something won't take me down in it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm asking about. If and I asked because so I don't remember everyone that subs, and I hate it because I've actually missed a couple because I didn't get notifications. I told them I would sub them, but so I've been telling people just go to my last short and comment underneath it. You know, just I don't know, tell me you subbed or put a fist up. I don't know, whatever, and I'll make sure I sub back. I'm all about I'm all about, like I said, take care of those, take care of me. Yeah, I say there's a limit, but you're good. You're over it. Fishy, 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 fishy. Did I? I may have. I may have actually already subscribed to you. Actually, I think I did. Okay, cool. I'm just say I'm the one who pushed you over to 50. There you go. I just, I don't know. I'm part of the chain either way. If I have already sub to you. Like I said, when I'm at work, if I get a minute or if I'm doing something that's one of those no-brainer jobs, which aren't very often because I'm one of the supervisors, but I like to just kind of every now and then, if I can veg, I'm gonna. I don't get to do it very often, and just if I can watch fishing, that's what I do because I love fishing. Were you doing some catfishing? So I'm kind of just dancing around this log right now. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Yeah, okay, you can. And I didn't even see a branch. And I put myself right under it. So the frogs are starting to come out. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, good. I am sub. Good deal. And you're subbed with me, so there we go. But yeah, man, if I got a few guys who have been using my my music in their lives and stuff too. You know, some of my fishing stuff and my hunting. Blaze on the Dash. I had a couple guys use that one. You know, hunters are funny. You know, we'll leave our hunting orange, Blaze orange hats on our dash all year. Don't even know each other, but we'll wave each other when we drive by. Yeah, I didn't get to stay long, but I definitely wanted to come in and I wanted to say hey and give you a like and all that stuff. Like I said, that's kind of sometimes that's all the support I can give people, but if that's what I can give, that's what I give. Because I was at work. Gotta get some more line on there. Beyond Braid, that's where I want to check out. Like I said, I'm about to make an order on Amazon tomorrow for my wife, and I'm gonna I really hope that Beyond Braid guide's on Amazon. Down south, is your buddy down there in Florida? Is he on Amazon with the Beyond Braid? I didn't realize my
was just laying down. All right, so like I said, biz baits. If y'all have used biz baits or not, tomorrow I got a package coming in from them, a bundle, and I'm kind of excited about that. It's different frogs than I've used, different top waters than I've used, and kind of excited to see how they do. Ah, I got you. I just know most of the time I get free shipping on stuff. Sometimes it's like 6 cents. I can get it on Amazon, but I still got to pay for shipping, which somewhat aggravating because I got Prime, but I know it's not coming from Amazon. So just wait, please. All right, cool. Just like you said, I may not be able to use the discount code, but if I end up getting free shipping, it would be probably just as good as the discount code. Yes, I'm just gonna let that. See, the sun went away, and I'm not seeing nothing going on again. It kills me. The fish have been weird in this lake all year, and by golly, I'm gonna figure them out. Like pre-tide leaders. I really need to look into how to tie a leader on. Had some of my buddies and I were talking about that at work the other day. Because like I said, I don't use the mono or the fluoro because I've always got my poles in my truck and they just get so much memory that I just can't use them. Yay, more grass. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stay out as late tonight as I have been every night this week. I had to get up. I had to be to work at 5. I suppose really wanted to go in at 4, but I had to got there by 5 again today. But I didn't go to bed till like 12:30. By the time I got home, I got all my stuff done, and and that's the thing. I really need to learn more knots. I did I want to say a polymer knot one day. I was mad. Actually, I was like, I'm gonna try a minnow, and I tried a minnow on with a little jig head, and I was over in the river up in Gadsden, and I put it on there, and I tied it on, and I threw it out, and something hit it, bent my pole all the way down, and then it didn't even break out. It just felt like it just untied. I got it. It was probably an operator malfunction. Oh man. All right, brother. Well, you have a wonderful evening if I don't see you again. Because, I'm going into the tree now because I'm getting my Chapo back. I didn't even see that branch there. It's just water's so low. Begging for the rain. I'm okay with losing the jig head and the wacky worm and all that. I'm not losing another Chapo. I ain't going swimming, but yeah, I actually meant to look at that, and I started watching your videos, and the next thing I know, it was an hour later. That's the way it's supposed to work, right? There's my buddy. I was all excited. I'm like, yeah, that one bit it smooth too. Yeah, because you know, it wasn't a bite. The hook bit the tree. E.T. Tet, what's up, man? Yes, I am. I'm back to fishing instead of catching right now. It picked up for a second. All right, so now they're jumping over there in that shallow area again. We're going for a ride to make some wakes. See if we can off-road it right out of this tree. All right, cool. Mr. Fish Guy, that's what I'm talking about. That's a compliment, I think. Yeah, I was thinking about it at work today. I think I want to come out here one day and just get over here in the deep area and just throw some chicken livers and something like that down there and see if there's any catfish in here. Because I don't really, like I said, the only thing I've caught is bass. I really haven't gone for much of anything else. Property owner said there was a lot of crappie in here, but there's some big bass in here, so they may have eaten all the crappie. I don't know. But I am seeing a lot of bluegill now. I may. In fact, I'm torn if I want to work Saturday night. It's my off weekend, but you know, it's money. But it's probably going to be based on the weather, to be honest with you, since it's just us girls out here. But if it's not storming, I may just go ahead and not work and come out here. But if it is storming, I'll probably go to work. But I want to make sure I get out here at the break of dawn again. I'm gonna drop that wacky rig in that trench. Of course, I'm gonna throw this over there first. See that? I got mad at my boss one day. I was standing there. I went and walked up. It was him and another guy talking. And he just kept on talking. He said, look, since it's just me, you, and the fence post, he was talking to Mark, the other guy who was standing there. I'm like, well, why the heck do I got to be the fence post? I'm like, come on, I'm the biggest one here. What you talking about? And that was back when I was in shape. Not when. I was like, he's like, all right, it's just us girls. How's that? Says it's just us girls. And he was like, he thought I was really mad. I'm like, I was just kidding. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's where I picked it up from. My sons are always like, why you keep saying that, Dad? One of my other little catchphrases that I'm always saying is, I don't say we can figure that out. Everything is always, that's what I fingered. That's what yeah, we'll just figure it out. Don't worry, don't worry. Just between all of us, we'll get together, we'll figure it out. And my middle son, he's working with a construction crew down in North Florida, South Alabama, right there by the Panhandle, and right, and he's funny because his buddy that got him the job there is like, man, why the heck you keep saying that? He's like, man, that's what my Diddy always said. He's like, why you keep calling him Diddy? He gets so mad at him. It's like people get so upset about things you say. Cracks me up. You know, I'm really glad. I talked to one of the property owners this morning briefly, and well, we were text messages. We weren't really talking. He was at work, I was at work, so you know. I told him, I think the locals have finally figured it out. Actually said figured to him, but I haven't had all week. I've been out here every night this week, and everyone I've been removing from the property, I've been telling them, look, I'm gonna be out here every day this summer. Don't let me catch you out here again. I remember every one of y'all. I got video of you. You know, don't try me. Well, I think they finally got it figured out because they haven't been coming out. Right? That's funny. We share a few of the same sayings. Or the other one I like is they'll be looking at me and they don't say nothing. They'll point at me and they start doing that whole and I'm like, come here. One ain't gonna do it. You're gonna have to power through that. Come on. Look at how clear this water is. That's crazy. That's right here, probably 4 feet deep. It doesn't look like it. And so I'm really, like I said, I really want it to get muddied up. Oh, there goes a little bass. All right, there's that. Where's that trench at? I think I'm gonna throw the wacky in here for a minute. I always throw the top bait in here because it usually does pretty good. I don't know if it's just too shallow up there for this. I may get tangled up on it. I don't know. We're about to find out though, ain't we? But yeah, I'm hoping that, I was really hoping it'd storm a lot today. And then tomorrow. And then hopefully give me a break on Saturday. Well, my buddy's supposed to have a tournament Saturday. But he's like, it's gonna be raining all day, so I don't know if I'm even gonna bother going out. But yeah, like I said, I think the locals have finally got it in their head that I am going to be out here just about every day this summer. Because really, I just don't want to go anywhere else. And now I got y'all hanging out with me. I mean, that's kind of, I just think that's really cool. Blowing up behind me again. One thing I love about this lake is it's always, the top water has just always been crazy. I've never seen anything. This lake is what's made me addicted to top water, actually. And lately it's just been dead. I don't get it. I don't appreciate it either because I've spent a little bit of money on top water stuff. I know I'm speaking y'all's language. I also have some mop jigs coming in from LS Lures. Those probably be here Saturday. I'm looking forward to getting those in. Yeah, me too. For real, like when you get some free time, look up LS Lures and tell Hunter on any of his posts that I sent you over there. I don't get nothing, but I just like people to know that I try supporting them because I just want support back. But speaking of which, down south, I told I hope you get to fish some too. I want to see some more videos. I did tell my buddy Andrew at work because I tried tagging you on one of their posts and or one of their videos with the turkey hunting when they had the kids hunting, but it wouldn't actually tag you, which it just, so I just put your handle in there. I said at, and it was just you. And I told them why I did that, but I was able to copy and share their stuff to you. So there's, I don't know. All right, so and you said you do all that stuff in the crappie and bass and all that in the shallow waters. Don't get me wrong, I think there's fish coming over here, but I don't think they're staying over here. Ah, okay, see, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it, but it does make sense. Boop. Now, all winter and spring, I could not get in that little corner right there. And when I did, if I did a ballsy little cast around that tree from up there, it's like I got something almost every time. And it's like coming and walking in the dam, I could look down and there would just be 20 bass over there. But now that I got my kayak, I can get out there. I ain't got nothing over there. I'm like, dang it. This has actually been a pretty good area for me over here. I've actually done quite a few videos over here. More like shorts, because I wasn't doing the live. I didn't think about doing that. And one day I was like, let's give it a try. See all that trash? I don't know if y'all can see all that trash up there. I need to go up in there with a trash bag before the water because it's backed up too high. And all that, right up that little pathway, right up in there. There's a, follow that out, there's $300,000 or $400,000 homes out there. And their kids come out here, and it's not just the kids, like I said, I've thrown the adults out too. And they'll just walk away right there next to me. And it makes me sick. I mean, yeah, it's bad because it's on private property and you're trespassing, but I mean, wherever you go, throw trash out everywhere. It's like, come on. That's just so trashy. There's cups, cans, bottles, food wrappers. Yeah, I get those, but if I do come out Saturday morning, they those pad daddies, I know in the thing I saw for them, they're just throwing them up on shore and bringing them back down into the water. Man, I was pouring my heart out to you, brother. Like, I opened up for the first, there that thing goes again. There's something over here. And I just saw it again. I thought it was a piece of trash. Just a blue piece of trash floating there. And then it just took off underwater. But no, man, I'm just messing with you. I didn't say nothing. I mean, I did. I was running my mouth. Just looking at all the trash over here on this. That's why I thought that was a piece of trash. Good night. And my trolling motor just went crazy. So that's the second time I saw that little blue thing floating, and I get over close to it and it goes up underwater. I have no idea what it was. Try using it like a frog. Yeah, that was like two fish that just about beached themselves going after something over there. Come on. I'm saying there's always been fish over here. And I've caught quite a few over here. These storms are killing me. They're like firing up all day long, and then it's like I get out here and I'm expecting them to fire up so I won't be out here long. And then they just go away. And I didn't bring my watch today because I was like, the rain will run me off. What I'm wondering is if that little blue thing I keep seeing, gosh, I may not ever see it again now. Because I saw it over here twice. I wonder if it's a fish that just lives over here. That has something attached to it, or has a string attached to it. No, but pretty much what I was saying is I should be getting those frogs tomorrow. If it's not, the turkey vulture watching me again. If it's not storming Saturday, I'm probably going to come out Saturday morning because I really want to use said frogs. I really think that turkey vulture over there is watching my bait. I don't know how much I can zoom in, but that black spot, it's moving right there's a big old turkey vulture. Oh, here comes his friend. I wonder how close I can get to him. I have some frogs that it's like it's got a treble hook on the body. It's a generic version, but because the actual legit one is like $50 and I'm not spending that. But it's like it's got styrofoam legs and the treble hook comes out from between the legs, and then when you pull it in, it makes it look like it's swimming. Just crazy. Getting ready to leave, but then it just fired up over here again. And we all know we can't just up and leave when the fish are jumping around. I haven't done a lot of frog fishing. So, but I want to. And like I said, when I was over here the other night, I think Monday night, because I was out here so late, I was like, everything I do not to step on the frogs. There were so many of them. I'm like, all right, well, I need to throw a frog out here because, you know, it's like I was telling my buddy I wanted to catch one and throw it out here and see how long it lasts. He's like, it wouldn't last long. If there's that many, those fish, they know that they're out here. They know what they are. I want to know what that blue thing is so bad. Alright, I'm going to throw something that I've had good luck with, but in just different areas. Just because I say that, but then I'll really want to throw that because I've had good luck with it too. I really don't want to throw a heavy bait. I don't feel like splashing around that much. What do I want to put that on? I hate taking something off. See, now they're firing up in front of me again. I hate taking something off because it's like I'm giving up on it, and it's like I don't really want to give up on nothing. I'll go up there and see if I can't catch a couple more wacky rigs, and after that, I'm gonna probably put that Midwest flipping jig from Ellis Lewis. But yeah, down south, like I said, when you get a second, look up Ellis Lures here on Facebook or YouTube, sorry, and tell him that I pointed you in his direction if you don't mind. Hunter is really awesome. He's the owner of the company, the younger guy, and like I said, if you have an idea of something that you want, some kind of specific jig, he'll make it for you. Just tell him what you want, and he'll make custom stuff. I told him I want a Morning Dawn spinning bait. I need to remind him about that one. Literally right there. Lunker has some really good lures all around though. I forgot to put that little nail weight in there. A buddy of mine has a frog. He paid like $80 for it. That's the most realistic frog I think I've ever seen. It's like I could put that thing in an aquarium. I'd just be happy with it. I forget what it's called. Thinking about taking the little nail weight out of this, although it has been working, so. I need to tell the property owner that I want to bring my a magnet out here and do some magnet fishing and see if people from that side of the lake, which is the trailer park side, if they've come and just thrown stuff in here like they wanted to disappear, because that happens. I guess the guys from this side could do it too. I mean, money don't mean class. I'm gonna play with some of these features for a second. Oh, no kidding. I can create my own highlights. I didn't know that. So that was the fish I caught the other day with the Ellis Lures thing. Okay, cool. Let me turn it off. Whew. All right, sorry y'all. I'm telling you, I'm new to this whole live thing. By golly, I want to play around with it a little bit. So there's only a few of y'all, and unless you're all looking at my music, which would be really cool. See how I did it? It's underneath my releases tab. All right, I think I'm gonna go to that jig for a minute before I leave. Craig, what's up, brother? Where are you watching from? If you don't mind me asking. Just to be fair, I'm in Alabama. There we go. I showed you mine. England, what's up? That is awesome. That is like, see, I think that's the coolest thing. That's what I actually really am digging about this whole live thing. I had somebody from Serbia the other day. It's like, huh, all right, that's a little bit of a long drive. So I'm in Alabama. I'm in America, England, USA. I'm actually 31 minutes northeast of Birmingham in Alabama, Southeast America. I'm targeting bass. I was just playing with the green screen. I don't know if you saw that or not. And I actually put one up there that I caught the other day in here. But I caught, it's like the only thing that's catching them is the little wacky rig. There's this company called, I didn't know I left that open, Lake Fork. And this color is baby bass. And it has actually been really good tonight and the other night. Thing is, I usually don't fish with plastics. Oh, we saw it. Yeah, sorry. There's features. And I was like, well, I ain't got very many people in here. I'm going to play with it. I guess now's the time to do it. And, I mean, I'm glad I picked a decent picture. Yeah, they're definitely interesting. They're called ring fry, so it's a ringworm. But so I was Jacob. I was actually trying to see if I could find a way to play my music without having to get a second phone or something, because I don't have any of it recorded. I mean, I guess I could. I have an iPhone that I don't use. I guess I could record it on there. Yeah, Craig down south. He is down south Alabama, and Jacob, who was just on, he's not to throw everyone's business out there, but he's out in California. But we're not going to hold that against him. So that's right. California, A, the LBC. What's up? Behind me. Now they're behind me. Jacob, did you see the? Oh no, I guess I go see that. One of the bass I caught actually had red lips and I was told that was from when they're catching craws and stuff, and just chewing on stuff. Looks like they're wearing lipstick. That was the first one I caught like that. Well, that's a good concept. Down south, seriously, have you been looking at my music? I got a song about I'm from up north. I wasn't born in the south, but I got it here as fast as I could. It's even talking about I figured out how to do the barbecue that where my brother's leaving. My black guys will let me bring barbecue to the cookout. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I definitely need to come down there and get me and my son on some redfish. I keep telling my wife next time I go down there, I definitely want to get him out there on some redfish. What's the season for that, by the way? Yeah, it's kind of a more of an upbeat one. It's not. It doesn't even really sound like country, but it's a fun one. It's got my neighbor on there, and literally in the video from I took that screenshot. He looked at me and said, "This is literally the best chicken I've ever had in my life," and I'm like, "That's validation." Yeah, it's gonna have to be another device. It's gonna have to be. I just don't, like I said, I don't see any other way of getting around it. What time is it? Good night. Oh man, you give me some fried chicken and some Texas Pete, I am good to go. I got a buddy of mine, Terrence Jones, right here in Birmingham, and he'll deliver food to me. He does some soul cooking, and I'm like, man, just you bring me your egg roll. He's does some oxtail egg rolls. I'm like, yeah, give me that and some Texas Pete, and I'm fire. Mr. Craig, thank you so much for stopping in, man. It means that means the world to me that you took a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with us, man. That was really cool of you. If you don't mind, sub. Like I said, check out my music too, man. It's underneath my releases tab, if you don't mind. And stop back in sometime. Tony Chachere's is good stuff. When my wife makes mahi mahi, she puts a Tony Chachere's on there, and I love that. But yeah, Frank's I've never been a fan of. It's a hot sauce, by the way, Texas Pete. Sorry. In Louisiana and Texas Pete are probably my two favorite. And but on chicken, I just love some Texas Pete. I assume y'all don't have that there. If not, we'll send you some. We also got Dale's. The seasoning, you can put it on your vegetables, you can put it on your meat. It's really good. It's like a marinade. It's real salty, but fire. Yeah, see, I touched the nerve there, didn't I? It's that good stuff. It's all about the South, right? Right? Tack driver, tack driver. What? Say what? Come again? Oh, the water is so quiet right now. It's like almost eerie. This is like scary movies are made out of this crap. Pew pew. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. The Bluetooth hole punch. Yes. That is my everyday carry right there. Oh yeah, that's true. It is a it's my Walter PDP. It's a 9. I just recently switched to a 9. I gotta clean my sights. Something awful. But it's I always like the 45 because I'm a big guy anyway, so it was nothing big for me. It's no big deal. My wife gave it to me because she'd shoot like half a clip and her hand would hurt, so she was happy with the 9. She could shoot 5 or 6 clips and she'd be fine. But I had a little extra money saved up, and a buddy of mine I was like, man, you got any guns for sale? And he's like, man, I know how prudish you are, so I don't know if I got any in your budget. And I'm like, man, what you got? I didn't ask you to talk about my budget. I asked if you had any guns for sale. And he had this one for sale for, he said, you can have it for 800. I said, I'll give you 6. And that's what I ended up paying for it. 600. Okay. No, definitely not. It's I mean, it's a sweet gun. I mean, like I said, I got this and it's my everyday carry now. I put my 45 away. And the only the 45 I wanted was a 1911 Springfield. And I just never got one. And, but yeah, my first handgun was a Smith & Wesson Sigma Series 9mm. That was the first handgun I ever had. I bought that after my daughter was molested for obvious reasons. So, and I don't have that gun anymore. I got rid of it. But now I got this one. I got Ruger Taurus. What's that? It's a Turkish. Gosh, I cannot remember the name of it. I bought my son one. Looks just like that, but it's a little bit smaller. Relatively new brand. She's doing good. Dude's still in prison. Like I said, Jacob and I had a long conversation about this the other day. My song, Blue Collar Daddy, is actually about that. That was the first real deep emotional song I wrote. And then that's when I really kind of started really going with the music. I started telling my own series. Yeah, well, he's not out there. He's been sitting on a bed for 20 years in prison. So, and he's the reason I got into hunting. It's funny. The lady who worked with the this is actually kind of a funny story. The lady who works with she was a counselor at with the Attorney General in the state of Ohio. She called me up and she's like, this is what's going on, blah 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 blah. So, all right, that's cool. And I said, whatever. And she said, well, Jason, do you hunt? And I said, no. I don't even have a hunting rifle. I got a 22, but she said, well, maybe you should take up hunting. I said, why would I take up hunting? That's a weird phone call to, have. I was just really confused by that. And she said, Max Powell, what's up, Max? Yeah, I caught 4, 5, 6, something like that. None of them are big. The small ones in here are stupid aggressive. They got so much attitude. There we go. And that one doesn't have much attitude. Come here. I'm not sticking my finger in their mouths no more. I took a hook the other day, first time and I'm looking at this one going, I'm gonna have to stick my finger in there somewhere, I think. Yeah. I need to get my pliers on this one. Or I get to use my thing. Yeah, but he Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Try to get this out of there. Open up. Heck yeah. He got a little blood on me. On him. I'm not worried about it on me, but I did go to the gut a little bit, but I didn't actually have to rip it out, so. That's a win. All right, brother, go grow big, and I'm gonna come get you again later. And if you see anyone from another neighborhood, don't eat their stuff. They're bad people. That's probably the one that kept getting me the other day. But anyway, he waived his right and all that stuff, and for an attorney, and waived his right for trial, and me and the arresting police officer are still friends, but that's where I met him. But he the good part, anyways, she told me that I should pick up hunting because it'd be good for me to know what it felt like to have to try and carry something the size of a man through the woods. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I talked to my buddy. I said, hey, the old girl's telling me I should pick up hunting. And Joe, give me 1 second. I'll explain myself on that one. When I'm here, it is. Um, but the funny thing is, I picked up hunting, and now, you know, my latest gun I bought was a 7mm mag, and I got a little bit of range on that thing. And if I put my sights on something, I don't care really how far. I mean, you give me 400 yards and it's down. But yeah, so out here, property owner asked me if I see this one coyote that's running around. I mean, it's Alabama, we can shoot any coyote. It's open season on them all year long, but I'd rather use a rifle if I was hunting them. But there's one out here that's got real bad mange and really doesn't want diseased animals running around his property. So he's like, you know, if you see it, drop it. I said, cool. Ran into a deer out here one day that had a broken leg, and I didn't have a gun on me, and I wish I did because I would have put it down. And it ended up getting in the water. It swam. It about drowned out here in the deep area. I got up there by the dam and scared it back this way, and ended up going up over here. From this side over to that side, went up into the hill, and it died, and I hated it. I wish I could have put him out of his misery. There's a lot of snakes out here, and there's a lot of two-legged snakes out here as well. There are trespassers out here a lot, and one of them was just naked running around the woods, and I ask them to leave, and I'm as nice as I can be when I do see them and encounter them, but they're not always nice back. And if one of us are not going home, I got a lot to go home to, so it's gonna be them. So yeah, me too. That little table right there is pretty solid, and I got like lots of outriggers on my kayak, so because I got vertigo, so I don't really stand up in it much. But if I decide to, I can, because like I said, I got like 4 outriggers on it, which is totally overkill. It looks like an X-Wing fighter, which my buddies, I laugh about. Of course, I got a 62-pound thrust trolling motor on it, so I can make some wakes. But it's but yeah, that's why I carry it, and I'd rather not need it, and I hope I never have to pick it up. This one I've never had to pick up, but I have had to pick one up before, and I don't like it, and I hope I never have to again. One of those situations I'd rather have it and not need it than need it, not have it. Like a parachute, 100%. You know, in a perfect world, I'd have a cop in my pocket, but you know, they really fight back when you try doing that. It's just the arresting police officer we were talking about earlier. I actually did take a swing at him because the person I wanted to talk to was behind, like, they had the safety glass on the doors. There's like 5 doors in between us, and he walked through because I could see all the way down the hallway. And I saw him, and he stopped and looked at me, and I turned around. And I'm like, "Put me in." And he's like, "No," and I'm like, "Yeah, you do it." The other cops tried coming out, and he was like waving them off. Dude's like 6'8". I didn't do nothing to him. I'm like 6 foot. I mean, that 8 inches makes a big difference. Fair to Midland. Joe, where are you from, brother? You don't mind me asking. I'm in Alabama. That's the other thing. Everyone in Alabama's got a gun. Even down south on here. Go figure. Yeah, we do. Which I think is funny because I lived in Midland, Michigan. So I've actually been halfway to Midland and at Midland. And been fair while I was there. Originally from the Southwest Broad Everglades. All right. I'm a retired pipeliner, and I live in Puerto Rico. All right. my friend Ellie's over in Puerto Rico right now. Lobo is her husband, Isaiah, but we always call him Lobo. But he's crazy. He's awesome. He came to work with us, and I was back in the motor winding department, and my boss got aggravated with him, so he just come. Anyone got aggravated with, he gave to me, and anyone he didn't like was like, "Here, would you go work with Jason?" And I'm like, that should not be a requirement to go to the most technical part in the shop, but that's all right. And but turned out to be like one of the best workers in the shop. Dude was awesome, and we became really good friends. I've always wanted to go to Puerto Rico, but yeah, his wife's out there in Puerto Rico right now. They show me the good and the bad out there. They show me home videos and stuff that people send them. But there's some really beautiful areas out there. See, what happens is I plan on not staying out too late, and then y'all get in here, and darn y'all, and then I enjoy talking with y'all. I'm not fussing. I'm glad y'all do it. Like I said, it definitely means a lot to me. See, that's what I feel like I'm doing when I'm doing something like this versus topwater. But this little baby bass from Lake Fork is just, it's like, this is like my new favorite plastic. Well, it's like my only favorite plastic, so. Ooh. Yeah, fishy got blood all over me. Yeah, frogs are starting to come out. I'm about to head back. Yeah, you do. And you get paid to do it. Yeah, that little fish I got a second ago, I didn't even know he was on there. This lake has just gotten so temperamental, but I'm digging it. It's like a puzzle. All right, I'm gonna start working my way out. They're all little today, but like I said, I don't know. Maybe after this rain hits, these bigger ones will start coming alive. I got some bigger bluegill baits I want to use. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The little ones in here are just so aggressive. It's just like, and I know I was just saying that, and I got like the least aggressive bite I think I've ever had in my life. I mean, bluegill hit harder than that thing, but I mean, actually, kind of would like to have taken that bass home and put him in a tank. My wife's pool, she would have loved that, but kept him as a pet. Good practice, that's right. See, that's why I don't want to leave. It's like the next bite's gonna be huge. I need my wife to call me and tell me to come home. That's when they start up. You might think that's a joke, but it's not. Nope. But the last 2 weeks, that's all I've just about caught is the little ones. And they have been, I've been hit with a hook more times than I think I've been hit my whole life with hooks. Do, 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 do. Oh, I know. That's what I was doing the other night. I'm like, I'm gonna just do this one more time. Next thing I know, I'm all loaded up and I'm standing down there fishing. And I'm like, I know I got a problem. That's one of my songs too. But you know, I guess I need to take my batteries all in today, and so I can charge them all again. Put this up here actually. All right, show you all my tackle box again for a second. See if I can save me some time. Pull my depth finder up since it's off anyway. Like I said, when I got out here, I was like, let's see how long these batteries last. Right. So now that I got that update about those frog lures coming in, I'm just waiting to do that. I just want to throw those right now. Those mop jigs look really good too. They kind of got like a bluegill presentation to them. Kind of looking forward to getting those too. See, now I'm just floating. I could take a nap right now. I may do that one night just for fun. If I come out here and just take a nap, I might just crash out here, drop anchor right there in the middle of the lake, have a lot of bug spray. Just that way when, so I'm not leaving my kayak out here. Like I said, the owner had a John boat out here, and the neighborhood kids sank it. Come back out, the boat was nowhere to be found, and a lot of his stuff that was in the boat was floating around the lake. Woo-hoo. I get to about 4.5 miles an hour on this thing, even with my pontoons, my outriggers. Which is kind of cool for a kayak. They got some of them kayaks now. They got like the jet ski motor in them. These things are like $15,000. I'm like, good night. But man, I can get anywhere I wanted quick. And yes, I cast it right into that tree. It's like the patterns. Okay, so I started fishing here last September. Yeah, so I went through the fall and through the winter, and it's like the patterns for the fish are just completely different. I was like pretty comfortable with where everything was at, where they were at during what parts of the day, and they're nowhere to be found now in those spots. Sorry, I was playing with the sticker. Man, I'm fishing in Alabama, so yeah, I'm at my state. Um, Central, northeast Alabama-ish. 31 minutes northeast of Birmingham. Yeah, see, fire. I'm all about the grape too. My wife loves the apple, and she's got my son all corrupted too. Like they even eat like apple jelly with their eggs. They'll put like a pile of apple jelly on their eggs. They'll get an egg, they eat a little bit of jelly, eat it, and I'm like, that's weird. And they're like, yeah, but you're from the north. You'll put ketchup on your eggs. I'm like, I haven't done that since I was a little kid, but yeah, it does happen. My wife was upset because we couldn't find it anywhere, and I finally found some. And I had to buy her like 6 jars of it. I didn't. She was really amazed when she's like, "Give me a jar of jelly if they have any at the Pig, a place called Piggly Wiggly over here." But the meat people. Okay. Oh, Razorback country. Yeah, that's one thing about Alabama. It's got a lot of water to fish. Fortunately, there are a lot of people fishing it, but well, that's cool. Is that sticker still there with the jelly? Can y'all still see that thing? Ah, there it goes. Okay, I figured it out. Forgive me again. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out some of the features on this thing. Oh yeah, I'm about to get stuck in that tree. I know, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Hey Brian, I'm gonna tell you because I gotta do shameless plugs like every 10 minutes, even though Jacob's not reminding me like I thought he was supposed to. Um, if you go to my channel on my there's a tab for releases, and my publisher releases all my music there first. I specifically say that because I can't do nothing with that, so it's all them. There it is. Knew I was in. Thought I got out of that tree. Well, crap, I'm out of it now. I'll give you a freebie this week. How's that, brother? Yeah, I mean, I like apple jelly some things, but you know, me, I'm all about the grape. Man, the crows are out. Everything's alive but the water. Brian, do you make any content? I ask because I want to know what that is over there. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm going to go look for something. Oh, as soon as I started moving, it went down. I don't think it's a turtle. It looks like there's like some snakes that are floating around. And when I was walking out that day, it was a water snake that tried getting me. Again, I don't think he was really trying to get me. I think he was just trying to scare me. And no, they've moved off their bed. They've like recently moved off the beds, and now the bluegill are on the beds. And the bluegill have been harassing the bass for a month or so, and now the bass are returning the favor. So I haven't tried the wacky rig over here, I don't think. Oh yeah, I'm still gonna hit those rocks. I'm not gonna hit the rock. I'm not gonna hit the rock. Now at Smith Lakes, one of the bigger lakes out here, a buddy of mine told me that the bass are still on the beds there. But as far as here, no, they're not. I wish they were. I'm just now starting to play with plastics. That's why this whole week has pretty much been about trying new baits and new techniques and new to me. Not look, I made something up, you know. But I've always been. Oh, good night. No. Okay, well, that's all right. Come back for seconds. You owe me a bait, homie. Yeah, he came back after it. Nah, ha, ha. No. Man, I've dealt with, like I said, I've dealt with sharks, and it's a turtle, and all kinds of stuff. But these little bass with a hook in their mouth are deadly. I think when my scopper plugs popped. Oh, sorry, dude. Here, go on. My bad. And well, the good thing is I can. Oh, yep, that one right there. Yep. This is what killed the Titanic, you know. So where'd my baby bass stuff go? There it is. Yeah, that was cool. He had it. He spit it. He was greedy and prideful. See? Destruction always follows pride. And it was over by them little rocks that I was talking about earlier when I was trying to throw my topwater by it. And don't. There was, my little plug came out. That's not where I wanted to throw, but let's see. So that's not where I was actually aiming about 10 feet to the right of that. Because I wanted to put it on that fish's forehead. So I got it plugged up now, so it should be good. Awesome. Did you? Was it the new one up top? Aromatherapy, by chance? Kyle Busch died again? But Brian, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm on all streaming platforms, like worldwide. Uh, when I say that, it's like 34 countries at least, but uh, I'm on all the platforms. So if you don't mind adding me, man, I'd really appreciate the support. You know, one of the reasons why I like doing the lives is so I can promote my music and stuff. And I was just getting so into the fishing earlier today. Jacob had to remind me, like, dude, you know, you're forgetting something. Your shameless plugs. Yeah, I released that one this morning. That's what my son and I, we used to always go to the range, and we'd always just call it, you know, like I'd come home and be like, Dad, I need some aromatherapy. And I'm like, all right, man, let's go shoot. You know, so we go load up and go down to the range. And my wife's like, that's weird. I'm like, just like the smell of gunpowder. Love it. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I got lucky. I got a couple good songs out there. I really wish someone would pick them up and sing them for me because that's not me singing. I don't let me lead you wrong. I really need to put a disclaimer on there about that because I'm not trying to hide that fact. A lot of people do. I don't like that. I think there should be because I use AI with it. Yeah, it's stories from my life. Just about every one of the songs. So no matter how far out there it is or whatever it is, it's either for where I am or where I've been. And the love songs, all right, I'm gonna tell you guys this because I'm a heck of a wingman. First of all, I'll help you write a song and make it for your old lady. But if I name my love songs, you tell your old lady, be like, look, man, I helped Jason write that, or he helped me write that for you. You know, we did it together, but it was me, and I'll collaborate that. I'm just saying, I'm a good wingman. Like I got one of my songs is just a storyteller, and I kind of got a goofy face on it. AI made that picture. I mean, it's my face, so I guess I was making a goofy face when I did it. But all it does is gives me the new clothes. But they had my wife does like the hat, but it says just a storyteller. You know, just storyteller, another troubadour. Just open up my chest and let me see my heart. They're just stories. Like I was saying earlier, I don't take nothing from the real musicians. Musicians. I'm actually extremely jealous of them because I have nothing but respect for them. I'm going back over there by them rocks. Because I ain't going to be here much longer. The frogs are going to come out. Yeah, man, but that's what you just said. That was an awesome compliment. I really, really do appreciate that. I want that to go unnoticed. I don't want that to go unnoticed. Come back over here. You got these two rocks right here that I'm gonna go right by again. They last year I come over here, throw by these from the bank, and it's like anytime I got close to them, a fish would go up and attack it. And just the Chapo, even the cheap little ones from Temu, they're like the ploppers. No, those are bugs. Skeeters. I see some orange over there on the bank. So now, without my depth finder, I'm trying to navigate over there because that could be one of my chapos. See, this is another one of the little inlets when it starts raining and all those fish come over here. There's times it's just, yeah, see, there's one I was just casting over there. Sure enough. But it's got these little trenches in here. And I think one of those, that huge bass or that huge fish, or whatever it was, I think it came from, tell me that don't look like a big old snake. Okay, now it looks like no, that's not my chapo. I don't know what it is. Look like a big old snake head. So that was a little pucker moment for me there for a second. All right. That is paper. But yeah, wherever these inlets are, is where these fish definitely like to gather around here. And they will sit there, and the big ones will get down in these little trenches. You can see it going through there. That's probably 6 feet deep right there. I know when I walked over here when the water was all the way down, I had to jump past it. But you can see where it goes all the way out that way. And the fish will get in here and they'll just ambush each other. Amen to that, brother. You might like some of my gospel songs. 10K Sitting on Go. I don't know if you ever heard I mean, it's still outlaw country, but it's God related, I guess. I don't know if you ever heard the hymn 10,000 Angels. It's one of my favorite songs. It's 10K Sitting on Go is actually a play on that. It's I don't like to use the word play on that, but it's really from the mindset of the angels. You know, a good soldier wants to protect its country, its people, it's who it's fighting for, their king. You know, and when he was on the cross, he wouldn't call him. Yeah, actually, I got a video, one of my shorts here a little bit ago. I just got a new one from BizBait, and I even made a comment about how I've only caught fish on spinner baits from BizBait, and I literally threw it out there and caught a fish. I was like, okay, cool. But in the spring, their Fire Crawl series had the Colorado. No, I think it had a Colorado and a Willow Blade on it, and it was a Fire Crawl red, and it had I had the Swimming Minnow was also in Fire Crawl red on it, and it did really good. Oh, there you go. What's up, Florida? We've been missing you. I caught 100 fish while you were gone. Okay, I caught some really big minnows while you were gone, really, but not 100 of them. We were talking about the Passion of Christ at work. Today, Thursday, Tuesday. There we go. All right. Hey, we're going right for that rock. You're not gonna stick me. Oh, come on. Yeah, right in the face. I hate you. Mm-hmm. You got it in the face too, buddy. Take that, jerk. Where'd my bait go? You owe me a bait too, you punk. I thought you had it. Where'd it go? They're pretty though. All right, homie. Go on. Choo. Can't believe I just got slapped in the face by a freaking little bass. He was coming out of the water. He had my bait. I don't know where it went. That was the, I remember when that came out in the theaters, it was so cool because, I mean, not cool, but it's like, that was like the first movie I've ever heard of other than like The Exorcist. And it's funny, there's a theme there, but that where people were falling out in the theater. But I mean, this was like even more so. It's like people were like really facing their own demons while they were watching the movie. And I always thought that was something really cool. Ah, I totally forgot about that, man. Thank you. Can you please comment on like my first, whatever my first short is? Cause like I said, I'm having issues with the notifications, and I don't appreciate it. But they and just say Bruiser Baits, and I'll know. Oh, true, he does, and he'll be happy to tell you about it. What time is it? Oh, I gotta go. Get my butt in bed before midnight tonight. My boss is gonna start coming out here and be like, "Dude, go home, go to bed." All right, y'all. How about this one? Yes, that actually is true about the atheist and converted. Look up "My Voices Got Voices," one of my songs. Just remember that one. My voices got voices, yo, because we all got voices. My problem is my voices; they got their own noise. Definitely have my demons to deal with. All right, the geese are coming, so it's time to go. That's gonna have to start being my alarm. Where they at? There they are. I'm in their spot too. This is where they come over at every night. Look, they're in the water too. Huh. Jacob, you know you're my hero, bro. Yeah, y'all go check out my music under my releases thing. It's under there because that's where my publisher puts it, and I have no control over it. So the only way I can get y'all to do it is I do a live and say, hey, go look at my stuff. Hey, also, I don't know about y'all, but these gas prices are killing me. Have y'all heard of the Upside app by chance? Again, little self promo here. If if I did a post, I don't know if y'all can find the posts that I do, just a regular post, not a video or anything. And yeah, it's a community post, and I put it on there, and I put my link, or you may have to copy and paste it, but you download the Upside app and just put like your credit card in there. They don't charge you. It's just they got to look for it when like you go get gas, debit card, credit card, whatever. You can't do it with cash. It's got to be some kind of electronic payment. But I guess you could upload a receipt. I don't know, but anyways, I made like $1,000 off of it. Right now, if you download it, and the first time you get gas, they give you $17 cash back. Even if you only use it one time, it's worth it. Who's leaving? All right, I'm gonna have to check that out, Brian. I appreciate that. Definitely. It's Upside. It's a community post. It says, I've made like 2 of them. I made a post about the post. But if you use my link, we'll both get 17 bucks. And it's cool. So it's like, let's say you get it, and then let's say you have to use a different debit card. But like my wife gave me the link after she got signed up. And I think at that time it was giving back like $5. So she got a $5 bonus. I got a $5 bonus. And then every time I get gas, she gets 10 cents. That's what I'm saying. And you put gas in your truck and cars and vehicles anyway, and your boats and everything. It's like we're already putting gas in there, and you can go buying groceries. And basically, all it is they paid a promotion company. Hey, we need during our slow times, send us in. It's like sometimes I get 13 cents a gallon back. Sometimes I get 25 cents a gallon back. Like this month, I did 30 purchases, so I'm gonna get an extra 30 cents. So I'm gonna get like 60 cents a gallon back at the beginning of next month, and I'll wait till my truck gets empty, and I'll get like another 10 bucks back right there. And but it's all they do is they go to a promotion company and say, well, okay, we need people here, and they say, okay, well, give us this much money, and what they do is they take a portion of that money and they give it back to us, so we don't ever have to pay nothing. And then, like I said, anyone who uses our links, you get 10 cents every time they put gas in their. Like I made 60 cents this week, or 50 cents this month off of referrals just from my friends getting gas. I mean, it's literally free money. And it's like, I don't understand why everyone's not doing it. Totally blows my mind, because I don't know about all my friends, but I don't make enough money that I'm going to turn away free money. In fact, if y'all want my my Cash App and my Chime account and all that good stuff, just let me know. I'll throw it at you. Yeah, dang, that's my buddy. Last Friday, he come in Saturday morning. He's like, man, I just left here and went to the lake. He said it took me $200 in gas between his truck and his boat. And I'm like, have you downloaded the app yet? And he said, no. And I'm like, you're just giving money away, because the whole gas thing's gonna get worse before it gets better. So a little bit of relief is a little bit of relief. Yeah, well, y'all paying like $15 a gallon out there? How much is a gallon of milk? That's what I want to know. I paid like $3.59 for a gallon of milk the other day. Yeah, my truck, I always fill it at half a tank, just because I don't like my tanks getting low. Plus, turns out my little needle is a jack wagon, and I don't appreciate it at all. It let me run out of gas and told me I had like 5/8 of a tank. It's a liar to the people, and I'm the people. Nearly 5. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was. You know, I used to smoke when I met my wife. I've tried dozens of times to quit smoking. I can never. Part of that, I think, is because I was trying. I didn't actually quit. When I changed my mentality to that, it was I was actually able to quit. I did the whole Yoda thing, do or do not. There is no try. But they I was in the gas station talking to one of the girls at night that I see every morning when I go to work, and her and I were talking about cigarette smoking, and she's like, "I wish I could quit," and I'm like, "Girl, that's the hardest thing I ever did in my life is quit smoking." And we were talking, and it was, how much was it? It was almost, it was like just over $4 a pack when I quit. She got a carton of cigarettes and she rang it up for Marlboro Reds for a carton of cigarettes, $102. I about fell out. I was like, I have to remortgage my house. Jacob, you just gotta do it, brother. I'm telling you. What I always did is I wake up and I'm like, all right. People are like, oh, you're not smoking? Yeah, I'm trying to quit. Man, every time you say I'm trying, you're setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, cheap for a carton. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But that was my whole thing, because once I realized, I'm like, I told someone else, I'm like, yeah, this is like my 14th time trying to quit. And they're like, oh, it sucks, well, good luck. And I'm like, it was always, all right, well, one more cigarette ain't gonna kill me, it ain't gonna hurt. That's what'll get me always smoking again. Let's hit it. Wait, I always park too far. Um, Look at that parallel parking, boys. But I told myself, I was like, every time I go through the trying to quit, and then it's like, oh look, there's scum. I didn't even see it. I don't know if y'all can see my trail. I got a kayak trail. It's better than a snail trail. But it's like I was just setting myself up for failure every time. And it just sucked. Once I got that whole attitude, it made it easier. It's like, oh no, I'm not trying to quit. I did quit. I'm not going through all this crap again. I'm going through it one more time and that's it. Because I get such bad headaches. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be loading up the truck. No, sir. I went to truth.com. I mean, I did everything I could to make it as easy on me as I could. It's like, there's a lot of facts about it that was just, and really about the people I was giving my money to. And I was mad. I'm like, there ain't no way Marlboro's getting my money again. And then I realized that they're owned by Kraft, and I ate the crap out of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm like, crap, they're still getting my money. I hate them people. But the CEO of one of the cigarette companies, people are like, well, what about babies? They have to smell the smoke, or inhale the smoke, and it's bad for them. And he said, eventually they're going to get old enough to where they can crawl away, and then until then they can deal with it. And I'm like, wow, what a compassionate fella. Yeah, Philip Morris is, or Philip Morris owns Kraft. Either way, one or the other. It's the same company. Yeah, see, when I met my wife, when we were dating, I quit smoking inside. Well, I never smoked in her house when I'd come see her in her apartment. But I'd go outside and I'd smoke. And this is what did it for me, and this is what made it easier. I'd go outside and smoke, and even on a windy day, I'd come back inside, and within 5 minutes, her eyes would be red and swollen because it was still in my hair. I didn't shave up my head at the time, but it was still my clothes, my hair, and it still made her sick. And that made me sick. And I'm like, by the time we get married, I will not be a smoker. And I wasn't. And I could never quit for myself, but I quit for her, which is weird because everyone's like, you got to want to do it yourself. And I'm like, no, I always wanted to quit, but I still wanted to smoke. Now, I will say this. That was just over 20 years ago, May 15th, 20 years ago, my last cigarette. I tell people all the time, and the guys at work kind of laugh at me about it, but I tell them I'm still a smoker. I'm just a smoker that just chooses not to smoke because I still get cravings all the time. And anytime I see a box of Marlboro Reds, that's like fires me up. I'm like, oh, dang it. Crap. I meant to put that on my pole and leave. Oh, okay. See, my ex-wife, such a lovely woman, by the way. Like every time I was trying to quit, it's like I swear she'd like invite people over to smoke in the house just to make a point of she wasn't going outside. I'd ask her to go outside. I'd come home and she'd have her lazy butt. I'm sorry, her precious self would be in the house smoking, not doing nothing all day. You know, resting for whatever purpose. The cowboy killers, yeah. And that's. I was walking home one day, and I found 4 packs of unopened Marlboro Reds on the embankment. I really did pull all the way. I was supposed to pull up over there, but that's all right. Or not an embankment. You can tell I'm fishing. They were on the road by the curb where they fell in someone's car. It looked like, and I gave 2 packs to my buddy. I kept 2 packs, and I smoked one. I threw up, and I slept all night. I had insomnia, and I'm like, that's worth it. I'll do that every night. It's just it's worth throwing up, and but it's better because I'm getting to sleep at night. And then it got to where I needed one when I woke up, needed one on my way home from school. And it just fell into the trap. What's up, Prince? He was a non-smoker, no kidding. Thank you. This is, yeah, I got vertigo, so my balance, even in this one, is not too good. So I actually put, looks like an X-Wing fighter when I'm like cruising through the lake. I think it's kind of funny. But I really, it's one of my greatest joys is just floating around on this thing. I love it. And now that I'm incorporating YouTube also, I love it even more because I get to hang out with people and talk fishing and everything. And I think that's really cool while I'm doing it. At one time they did, yes. Huh. You know, if you take the Marlboro Red, the box, I always get crap from my brother. And it's like if you flipped it upside down, it looked like the 2 horses that were holding the banner. It actually looked like 2 Klansmen holding the banner. And my boys always be like, "See, I knew you hated us." I'm like, "Man, what? We're hanging out together, and you're smoking them too." Now I bet somebody out there changed their name. I changed my name, but it happens. But I bet someone changed their name to that. Someone's like, "That's cool." You know, when all the merchandise came out, you get Camel Bucks and the Marlboro Bucks and all that stuff. It can be. I actually, the wood that I put underneath my seat right there lifted me up like 6 inches from another 6 inches or so, and I can get and it just gave me a lot more room, a lot more leg room. And with these outriggers on here, I can if my vertigo isn't acting up, I can stand up and fish. But if I'm out here zooming around, then I'm gonna make a lot of waves, and I don't really want to take a swim. Not when I'm out here by myself, anyway. I really need to just put all this in the back of in the bed and just put it all back on my trailer. But so my truck is a work truck, a play truck, and I got everything in here. My breakfast stuff too. So I've gotten to where I just keep it all in my truck now. I'll just stop in and I'll pull the kayak. Like I'll take the kayak and put it on the trailer. I'll back my truck up to the trailer. If I just ride into Birmingham with it, I'll come out and I won't have a kayak. Someone in Birmingham will have a new kayak. All right, you gotta go away. See, it's a little deeper right here. That's why I actually meant to come in right here. All right. Yes, training wheels. Hey, the mayor here in Springville, him and I went out kayaking one day, floating down a river, and he's like, "Well, that's a good deep water rig that you have." He said, "But you know, I got one that you can use." I'm sitting there thinking, "Well, there ain't no way I'm gonna keep that thing afloat because I know, you know, how it goes with my vertigo and all that stuff." And I'll be darned, he had like an expensive one, and that thing I couldn't even. I mean, I could literally just lean over and like reach down into the water and stuff. And like if I do that on this one without the outriggers, I'm swimming because I've done it. On his, it was awesome. It was like I couldn't believe how sturdy it was and how I probably could have stood up in that thing. I think it was a Bonafide. You know, like what's his name from Brother Where Art Thou? He's Bonafide. I saw my anchor and I'm like, is that a fish? I don't want to lose that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Exactly why. Yeah, I'm ending it because I gotta be to work at 4 in the morning. And I've went to bed after midnight every night this week. I've been out playing. Yeah, there's a won that at work today. $250 gift card. I'm gonna use that to buy my wife a new recliner. Tell me that's what she wanted for Mother's Day. And I'm like, all right, I'll get it. She's like, but you get it between now and my birthday and we'll just count it as a combination thing. And I'm like, okay. And I won that today. So I'm like, we're getting it tomorrow. She's like, no, we're not doing that yet. We'll get it later. And I told her, I was like, no, I won that. She's like, no, it's your money. She's pretty awesome. She kept telling me no, but she's getting it. Like I said, the wife is gonna let you go fishing every day. Yeah, what she wants, she gets. Don't. Get all my batteries. Definitely gotta take these in and charge them up tonight. Yeah, see, I pull the plug and that water goes right back out. So, but I can tell quick when when one of those plugs is open because it don't take long for that water to get in. It's funny, the other night when I was out here and it got dark on me so quick, my wife's like, surely he's not still out there fishing. And she looked at the Life 360 and she's like, yeah, he's in the middle of the lake still. And I'm like, I was watching everything through my phone, and my phone made everything look bright. And then I turned around, I'm like, where's my truck? I had to use my phone to find my truck there for a minute, which I thought was kind of crazy. Cray cray. Heck no. I had someone tell me one time I was talking about dogs and how awesome they are. She's done it all. I heard that. Yeah, she doesn't never know what to really expect from me, but I was talking about something, and we were talking about dogs and something else. And they said, well, I'll tell you what. Take your dog and your wife, lock them both in the trunk for an hour. Go open the trunk and see which one's happy to see you. I'm like, screw that. She's had guns a lot longer than me, and I'm a pretty good shot. She's a better shot than I am. But I'm like, no, I ain't locking her in nothing. I'm stupid. If I do, I ain't opening it again. She's staying. It doesn't take me too long to get this all set up. It takes longer to unpack it than it does, or to pack it back up than it does to unpack it. Which I think is kind of funny, but it seems like it'd be the other way around. Trying to get it all put together seems like it'd take more time. It don't. Let me get some different baits before I come back out, though. Try some different stuff. I'm really digging this. Like I said, these things are great. Fork Lake ring fries. It's a ringworm. I think it's funny. I can't help but laugh at that. I tell you what, from one experience to another, you can learn what you learn. Like I said, I mean, I fuss about my ex all the time, but I'm glad that I was with her because, I mean, even as miserable as it was, I mean, I had my part in everything too. But my wife is actually now, she's reaping the benefits of everything I learned to do and not do. And I think that's kind of neat. That was an experience. Oh, my foot just sank. I about fell over. See, that's my vertigo. My wife thinks it's funny that even while I'm done fishing, that I've kept this going while I'm putting everything away in the truck. She's like, and I'm like, well, everyone in there just talking. It's just what we do. We're guys. I mean, shoot, we could all be on the crapper just doing the same thing. She's like, y'all are so weird. Like, this ain't nothing.
tell you what, it keeps me afloat. I can swim like a fish, but it doesn't mean I want to. I don't want to lose any of my gear. I'm not going to be able to afford to get more of it. I've had, I'm in the kayak fishing forums and stuff, and there's been, like, before I really got my rig and got it all together, I saw people and they're like, man, I was in the river and I dropped my anchor and the river pulled me down under and I lost all my gear, or I was out in a lake and I just leaned over to pull out a fish, and next thing I know, I lost everything. It's all at the bottom of the lake, and I'm like, yeah, if I do that, I'm done. I'm not gonna be able to afford to replace it all. And I just enjoy it too much to have to go through that. I'm telling you, to me, it just reminds me of, like, when I'm just bebopping along, it reminds me of an X-Wing fighter. This part kind of doing it on uneven ground kind of isn't the funnest, but it's alright. Can y'all hear those frogs? These are the angriest frogs I've ever been around. I mean, we didn't talk about it or nothing, but they sound angry. I gotta clean this thing out. I'm gonna take a pressure washer to it, probably before I bring it back. Well, I say that, but like I said, I'm making it on Saturday. Yeah, that's what you're telling me. Like I said, I got my mutter on my John boat, and it doesn't go as far down the water now because I put beaver tails on the back, which helps give it another 200 pounds of float. So that way I don't catapult my grandkids out the boat. And but I can get shallower now with it too because of that, which I didn't think about when I had it put on. All right, Jacob, man, you have a good night, man. We will holler at you soon. Because, as long as my wife's gonna let me come out here, I'll be out here. So, boy, that sounded bad, but you know what I mean. So. See, now my wife's about to say, every time my wife lets me know, hey, it's time to come home, because she knows that I'm on my watch with me. But I got my other stuff. But anyway, that's when the fish start biting. So if she were to tell me right now it's time to come back home, I'd have to go back out there. All right. Let's see if I can remember where I put my keys. All right. Boom, there we go. There's that part. All right. Well, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure and an honor. And like I said, I appreciate y'all keeping me company and just enjoyed the conversations. And I like seeing the conversations too. It's really cool. But again, if y'all hadn't checked out my the new one I released today, Aromatherapy, check that one out. I'm really digging that one. I know I'm biased, but I like them all. I got a couple I'm like, it's okay, but yeah, I like that one a lot. So, but again, y'all be careful. Y'all have a wonderful evening. And
man, it's just y'all make it worthwhile. But yeah, I will definitely holler at y'all. Yeah, I gotta get back down there to the coast. Good evening, buddy. Well, y'all be good. Like I said, I don't think I'll be able to get out tomorrow, but I'm gonna go get one of my grandkids. We'll spend some time with them. But we like to spend time with them out here, but I don't know if I can get them away from mom and dad, but I'll try. Uh, but yeah, I can bring the John boat out then. It's still got training shoes too with the beaver tails, or yeah, the beaver tails on them. But I'm gonna get my butt home. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I hope just hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. It's Friday. Booyah! Later. Thanks, brother. We'll see you soon.